me check. One, two. My check, 1, 2. My check, 1, 2. 1, 2. My check, 1, 2. My check, 1, 2. Hey, Mayor Adam West, how you doing? Welcome aboard the Voice of Sinoe. All right, let's do our little commercial here, build our audience. We will be right back.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go for. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in DNA unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation is poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go for us. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in DNA unique, they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. Destiny, they can't stop my destiny. 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 So more hoping for me. Let's hoping for you. So more hoping for me. Do they want me play and go? Do that I need that I do. Do that I need that I do. Do that I need that I do. You get gali, but you let potato. You get gali, but you let potato. I hear something. 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 I won't tell you later, but my thing I want it. I won't tell you later, but my thing I want it. I hear something. 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 You get gali, but you let potato. 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 Do they want me play and go? Do that I need that I do. Do that I need that I do. Do that I need that I do. Your place boss, respect with. Make casa. Your place boss, your respect with. Make casa. Your place boss, your respect with. Make casa. Your place boss, your respect with. I hear something. 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 I won't tell you later, but my thing I want it. I won't tell you later, but my thing I want it. I hear something. 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 I hear something.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition of Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora with Doc. Saya Poda Esoteric coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, these United States of America. Besides the tragic news in the community, health-wise, I am doing great. I hope those of you that are following, you are also doing great health-wise, even though psychologically we are disturbed. Yeah, but this too is life. We have to continue the work of the people. We have to do the work. Very good night. Wow. All right. So, yeah, first lady leaving the house, that's how we do. It's the culture of the house. All right. So, yeah, we have to do the work of the people. Since we did our last show, we have been off the air off the platform for a little bit, given how close the tragedy that happened, how close it is to home. All right, so we are back again. Welcome to all of you once again. If you're joining me, I'm seeing a couple of people. Hey, sis, the chair lady for the Delaware Valley chapter, sis Francis Doe, how are you? National chair lady, Margina Smith, man, how you doing? Honorable Jawi is following. Mr. Maya Turi, Mondible actually. Mr. James Panto, I can see all of you. I'm seeing 11 others. All right, so what do we have for you on the platform tonight? Of course, we have some interesting topics and some breaking news as well for you. So you want to share the link for us. I know some of you will be disappointed tonight. We are switching the paradigm. So what might be on your mind is not what we're going to be talking about tonight. Just so you know. Sorry for the disappointment. But I think we have to focus on things that are important to Sinoe County, to Liberia, to the United Southwest Association, our agenda, so those things they matter to me. And so those are the things I will be talking about tonight. All right, so before we get this show on the way, the first thing I want to do here is to do a quick shout out, birthday shout out to our DJ. DJ Victor Soundz is celebrating his birthday today. So we want to start the show with a shout out to DJ Victor Soundz, who celebrates his birthday today. All right, let me see here. This is the DJ here, DJ Victor. He has been doing an incredible job in the union. He's a member. He also has his own business. He is a DJ, professional DJ. So he travels here and there, specifically with reference to the USAA. The brother was sacrificed, leave his family, his friends, to make our convention great, because any occasion or joyous occasion without a DJ, basically it's a funeral, and we are not. So our programs, they have been graced with the presence of DJ Victor Soundz, and so we want to start the show with a happy birthday shout out to the brother. Wish you many more years and the best life has to offer. All right, that's DJ Victor Soundz there, celebrates his birthday today. Let me see. Clarumana, welcome aboard. We are here, SG. Okay, welcome aboard, Chairlady. Okay, good. All right, so that's the quick shout out to our DJ Victor Soundz. Wish you many happy returns. Great guy. You have been there for the union, so we can start the show without doing a shout out to you. All of those are celebrating your birthday today. We also say happy birthday to you. And we say more grease so you're airborne. All right. That's it for DJ Victor Soundz for the night. All right, so this one we want to go into our breaking news section, but unfortunately we can't play that. But we want to give you the breaking news that we are getting from Iowa Chapter. All right, so the Iowa Chapter, they had a major meeting yesterday. As a matter of fact, there was a simultaneous meeting held yesterday. One in the state of 10,000 Lakes and another one in Iowa. All right, so those two meetings we're going to be discussing about them, but we're going to start from Iowa first. So the Iowa meeting yesterday brought in new Corps of Officers from the Iowa chapter. And so we'll say Franklin Wolo takes over USAA Iowa Chapter as president with new faces. Okay? Franklin Wolo, when we went to, if you were on the president delegation the other time, when we went to Iowa, Franklin Wolo, but then he was the Secretary General for that chapter. All right, so they have been doing some reshuffling of the administration. And so yesterday, everything came to a final. And so the new structure now of the Iowa chapter, the president of that chapter is Franklin Tony Wolo. He is the president for that chapter. So if you don't know the brother, we want to showcase the images of the new leaders for the Iowa chapter. All right, so this is Franklin right here. Franklin is the president, the interim president of the USAA Iowa chapter. All right, great guy. He was he came the other time was
Wonderful guy. I met him the first time. You know, I was impressed. He doesn't talk a lot, but he means business. He has the plight of our people at heart. You know, so he has been climbing the ladder on the former president Dave Cooley, who was the Secretary General for that chapter, and then Dr. Reese Shefflin went on, and then Mr. David Milton came, the shortest serving president in our union. I think he served about one month, and he resigned. So Mr. The Vice President Abel Morris led the chapter temporarily, you know, as the Constitution requires. So Abel Morris, the gentleman right here, he was the Vice President to Dave Cooley by then, and so he led that chapter ably. And so after they did that consultation, Mr. Abel Morris is not somebody who is greedy for power. And so he said it doesn't matter who is at the top. Once we can work together to seek the interests of our people, that's what matters to me. And so after they did that consultation, Mr. David Milton left. So now Tony Wolo has now mounted. He is now sitting on the presidential sofa of the Iowa chapter. Okay, so another image here of the brother, good looking gentleman. All right. Okay, so that's the president of the Iowa chapter there, Tony Wolo. Now, next to Tony Wolo again is the vice president, Abel Murray maintains his position. He's still the vice president for the Iowa chapter. Okay, so first, I should say congratulations to Mr. Tony Wolo on this huge growth in your chapter from the lower level up to the top. Now you're heading the executive team. We want to say congratulations to you. Also, we want to do a shout out to Abel Morris again for staying on board. Being a veteran, he been at the administrative level for the chapter for a while, so he knows how things work in a chapter. So he is there as one of the strongest members over there. So Abel Morris, we want to say congratulations to you on maintaining your slot as the chapter president for the Iowa chapter. All right, next on the list, the Secretary General for the Iowa chapter again. This gentleman who is now the president was the Secretary General. Now he left that slot and is now up there. And so who has taken that position? Well, we got Montel J. Morris. Montel is now the Secretary General for USAA Iowa Chapter. A great lady, a beautiful lady over there. So Montel, on behalf of the Office of the President, the National President, all of you, we want to say congratulations. So that's Montel. She is the Secretary General for USAA Iowa Chapter. Now, next on the hierarchy, who is next on Tony Wolo, the team, we have Emmanuel Pyne. Emmanuel Pyne is the Financial Secretary for that chapter. This gentleman right here is a new face. You know, Mattel has been on the scene for a little bit. I understand she was the Financial Secretary. Mattel was the Financial Secretary before, but now she is the General Secretary. And now the Financial Secretary position goes to Emmanuel Pyne. Pyne, other people will say. So Emmanuel Pyne is now the Financial Secretary for the Iowa chapter. Next on the list, we have Sinoe Davis. Sinoe Davis is the treasurer for USAA Iowa chapter. Sinoe Davis. Sinoe Davis has taken that position. So we want to also say congratulations. He's the treasurer, right? Hopefully I don't make a mistake. So Sinoe Davis is the treasurer for USAA Iowa chapter. Now, who is the chaplain for that chapter? We have here Sita Duet. Sita Duet is the chaplain for USAA Iowa chapter on Tony Wolo. Okay, that's a lady here again. You know, so the ladies of the team looks great. It's a beautiful team. You know, so Sita Duet is the chaplain for the Iowa chapter. Now, who on the list again? Okay, we want to do officially, we want to do a congratulations to you, but we want to showcase the new leaders for the Iowa chapter. Restructuring that went on over there. Now, who is they have a queen as well for the Iowa chapter. The meeting yesterday also produced a queen. And who is the queen? Well, it's the beautiful lady right here. Her name is Helena. Helena. A lot of people say Helena. American people say that Helena Cole is the chapter queen. USAA Iowa chapter. Okay, she's the queen for that chapter. And that's the lady here, beautiful. So Tony Wolo has a beautiful, beautiful team. So we want to say Royal Highness for USAA Iowa chapter. We want to say congratulations on taking up the royal throne. I wish you well on your leadership, working with Mr. Wolo and the guys over there to lead the Iowa chapter. So all of you, we want to say congratulations to Sita Duen, the chaplain for the chapter. Congratulations to you. We also want to say congratulations to Nimley Davis, who is the treasurer. Congratulations to you. We want to say Emmanuel Pyne. We want to say congratulations to the financial secretary for that chapter. Montel Morris, the secretary general, we want to also say congratulations on your new position. And also want to say congratulations to the doyen himself for that chapter, Abel Morris, the great man. Congratulations. He has been doing great in that chapter. And of course, the executive himself, Tony Wolo, the man himself. Congratulations, buddy. We wish you, other people say Godspeed on this journey. All right. So, again, on behalf of the Office of the President and the whole team, the board of directors, I want to say congratulations to our new team. The Office of the President is open to all of you. Do not hesitate to reach out to the Office of the President. We make a union. And what that means is we are one big family. So if you have something that you want to shoot by the Office of the President, the secretary is also here. Should they call me anytime, inbox me on Facebook, call me, shoot me a message on WhatsApp. We are here, all the team, the membership committee chair, Maya Modbu, his lines open, all the officials of the union. They are here to support all of you, and we make one team. And our ultimate goal is to remain together, work synergistically, to harness, to generate the needed resources to make an impact in the lives of our people in Liberia. All right, so I want to say congratulations again to the new team. All right, so while we're talking, let me see some of the messages that were coming in. Maybe people are saying congratulations to the new officers. All right, so here, Maya Modbu, our membership committee chair for the union. I say you guys are awesome, and we look forward to working with all of you, okay? And that's the membership committee chairman. We have the great lady, Winnie Massacre, the woman who spearheaded our convention, not convention, but the inauguration of the president. Wonderful. She did a magnificent work. The first time in the history of our union to raise close to $50,000 at an inauguration program of the union. And so Winnie Massacre said, go and serve your people to the best of your ability. All right. She also said, congrats, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Modwell, congratulations to all of the elected leaders of the Iowa chapter of USAA. Winnie also said, wow, great news. Yeah, it is. It's a great news. The chairleader said, congratulations, guys. Congratulations, President Tony Wolo Tony Franklin. All right. And then Minister Olivia Sua said, happy birthday, DJ. That's Victor Soundz. I think when we're doing a shout out to the DJ. All right. And happy birthday, V. Many happy birthdays to you. That's the first lady of voice of Sinoe. All right. I think these are the comments that are coming in so far. Let's go to the next talking point for tonight. What we have for you. All right, so this one, we want to take a mental flight to the city of 10,000 lakes, or the state of 10,000 lakes, as you say, in Minnesota. The union, I like the way things are going in the union. I like the excellent decentralization of power or authority. I don't like to use that word power. Sometimes it goes in the heads of people. So I like the decentralization of authority in the union, the way things are going, the leaders of the chapter, they know exactly what to do. And also, as you all in the know, you are current with what is obtaining in the union. Our brother unfortunately committed an egregious crime. So the family are grieving right now. The family of the late Pichu, they are grieving. I think James Young's mother and the family members of his, they are also grieving. So it's a difficult situation. No mother wants to see their child, or nobody for that matter, a decent person wants to see their child or their son or daughter stabbed to death. So to show our solidarity, to show that we are serious in the union, we are with the family. So the president of the Minnesota chapter, President Marie Pyne, told you there was two meetings held yesterday, one in Iowa and another one in Minnesota. And so the Minnesota chapter from the Iowa chapter, that meeting yesterday produced a new crop of leaders. And so we got new leadership over there in Iowa. Now, Minnesota chapter, Marie Pyne, not too long ago, she took over the leadership for that chapter. And so far, so good. She has been doing a wonderful job in the chapter, working the phone, reaching out to people. I mean, literally walking to people's doors to talk to people, to explain the objective of the organization, to do away with the unnecessary bickering that's going on in the union and all of that. So Marie Pyne, she has been doing a wonderful job. Let me show you this image when she was working the phone. When she took over, she's been working the phone, calling around to make sure that things are on code. Members that are disenchanted, she's on board. She came on board to make sure that everybody comes on board. We have our personal differences, ideological friction, and those things. But Marie Pyne is saying our ultimate aim, we shouldn't lose sight of what the organization was established for. And so she has been working the phone, great over there, sitting down, relax, and calling people. That's what you got to do as a leader. It's the 21st century now. You don't have to walk around necessarily. The people, they have created these communication devices all over the place. So all you have to do is press some buttons and reach out to people. And so that's what Marie Pyne has been doing. Now, the president, the office of the national president, President Francess Clarke Myers, she is quite impressed. And so the office of the board of directors, they're also impressed with what Marie Pyne is doing so far. So President Myers is grateful to President Marie Pyne of Minnesota for show of leadership in crisis. All right, so we are in the middle of crisis currently. And so in crisis situation, that's when you know a real leader. And that's when you know, because in crisis situation, it tests your leadership ability is on a test, And so some leaders will panic when there is a crisis. They'll get discombobulated or confused. But Marie Pyne, she came on board with the spirit of she is relaxed. She came with a sort of poise and mental equanimity. She brings thoughtfulness to the leadership. So that's great. So Marie organized a meeting yesterday, the first since she took over. And we are told there were other forces that were calling and say, "Oh, she should cancel the meeting." And everyone said, "No, I can't cancel the meeting. We got to meet." The tragedy that happened, it happened in my chapter. So I have to bring the members together so that we can get our thoughts together, what to do moving forward. So they discussed many things yesterday in a meeting, one of which was the decision was to visit the bereaved family, the family of the late Pichu Yonte. And so Marie Pyne yesterday led a delegation to meet with the family. Wonderful. That's a good thing to do. And that's what we need in this day and age. And I normally referenced the biblical book, the book of Job. Job was, God and Satan, they played some sort of divine and non-divine gamble. And so, oh, your servant Job is not faithful. And God said, oh, he's faithful. So they play this game. And as a consequence, God authorized Satan to pull all these different balls, pretty much shower the man with affliction. And so Job went through all those stuff. But what his friends did, they didn't say, let's watch Job alone to suffer. And so they took upon themselves and they went and sat with Job. And so I think that's the same thing that Marie Pyne, President Pyne of USAA Minnesota chapter, she demonstrated. Prior to her visit to the family, the national, the advisor to the union, or if you like, to the president, Reverend Nathaniel Gatti first led a team, delegation, and met with the family first and sympathized with them. So we have wonderful, wonderful brains in the union. They know what to do when something happens, be it good or bad. And so Reverend Gatti led the effort, took the first members to the family, they sympathized with the family. And then after the chapter meeting yesterday, President Marie Pyne, she also put a delegation together. The members, I'm told after the meeting, they headed straight to the house of the brother of the late Pichu. And they shared some words of sympathy with the family yesterday. And so I want to say thanks to Marie Pyne and the team, all members of the Minnesota chapter. I want to say thanks to our own Reverend, the advisor to the union, Reverend Nathaniel Gatti, for also supporting our young folks in Minnesota, especially the young lady who has taken the obligation to lead our people over there. So Marie got a good support system, and she's also level-headed young lady. And so thank you so much, and that's what we need. Continue the effort. Let's stay with the family. At this time, it's important that we remain with the family. We remain united. It's very important. We can exacerbate, or we can exacerbate the grief of the people by making allegations on Facebook and fighting each other. No, at this point, it's not time to do all of that. Our sample politics right now should be buried somewhere else, and let sympathize with the family. Make sure that the daughter is laid to rest. Even though those are words that I don't feel comfortable saying, but that's it happened already. And the national leadership, they did the right thing, issue a statement condemning the action of the young lady, young man, and sympathizing with the family. And to Marie Pyne, being the leader of that chapter, also they are physically buttressing the effort. The statement that was put out, and they went there sympathize with the family. So great job, Marie Pyne. Way to go. We are glad. We are with you. The president, the office of the president, is grateful to have people like you at the helm of authority in the union, because you know what to do. All right. So that's something we want to talk about. We want to say we are on course here. Great job. I like the team, the way the union is going now. You see, conflict has a way of revising things. People, after conflict, people look at things. They look at what happened before, at least wise people as it is right now in the union. And so they look at those variables. What did we do wrong? And then they reevaluate what they did wrong, because the people say if you don't pay attention to history, you might repeat the mistakes of history, and that will lead you to where you don't want to be, or you repeat the mistakes of the past and you don't want to. And so the current leadership, they have been reviewing our negatives, where we stumbled in the past, and where should we go moving forward. And so now the focus, the paradigm, everything has been changed. Right now is to focus on the agenda of the organization, which is clearly spelled out in our Constitution. If you look at the preamble here, for example, let me just share that with you quickly. If you like, they call it purpose and powers. So if you look at the powers here, Section 1 of the Constitution, United Sapper Association in Americas is a non-for-profit corporation and shall be operated exclusively for education and religious, literary, and charitable purposes within the meaning of our 1C3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 or the corresponding section of any future federal tax code. So that's these are some of the reasons why I like to read the objectives. So right now, the leaders of the union, they are following the purpose for which the organization was. So the objective, if you look at Article 9 of the Constitution, so talk about the objectives. What are the objectives? Why the organization was established? First, let me look at the mission and the vision of the organization. Sometimes we lose sight of these things and we do things different. So we have to be within the confines of the document we wrote here. So the vision and the mission and the vision. So the mission says here to empower. The USAA is to empower our community through trainings and microfinance, create space for dialogue and markets for farmers to encourage and maintain mass production. All right, so that's why when you talk about mass production, and that's why the president currently, she has agriculture on her list. Okay, talking about trainings and those things, talking about education or vocational training, academic and non-academic trainings. Okay, to provide and advocate for better healthcare. Okay, so president also the 3 pillars, right? So she is within the scope of the Constitution to provide and advocate for better healthcare delivery system, mobilize the needed resources for sustainable developmental initiative, and link the community to organizations that may share our vision. Okay, that's the mission. And then the vision of the USAA, we envisage a peaceful, all right, so that's why you see people that marry Pyne, like leader Samson Brown, the doyen in North Carolina, Mr. Yangle, the new leader right now for the Iowa chapter, Tony Wolo, very peaceful guys in North Dakota. We got President Wolo there. So all these guys, they are within the confines of the Constitution because we envisage a peaceful, all right, not problem making, not cussing each other, no, peaceful, united, developed, healthier, and economically viable community. Economically viable community. That's the vision of the organization. Then they got the objectives. Number 1, to organize and train community-based cooperatives to increase the productivity level of food production. So we want to produce food back home. Number 2, to provide and seek scholarships. Okay, and that's why the president, she got 50 students earmarked for scholarship. 31 of which the people already chose during the inauguration, right? To provide and seek scholarships, hands-on training, and workshop to develop the human resource human resources sector of our community. Number 3, to assist cooperatives come together to identify concerns, issues, and find a way to address them. Those are our objectives, to build a better and healthier environment. Number 5, establish farmers markets throughout the 6 sections of the Sapo ethnic group. All right, to liaise with and constructively engage relevant authority in Liberia to improve access to market through the construction of farm to market roads. Okay, so those are the objectives to provide child care opportunities for low income, hard-working Sapo families residing in the United States. Okay, these are things that we put on paper. So we have to fulfill these things to provide health, child care, okay, child care opportunities for low income. Okay. Number 8, to provide recreational opportunities for the elderly people residing in the United States. Number 9, to build bridges to connect our community and its neighbors through conferences, dialogue, and cultural festival. Number 10, to expand, improve, and provide medical supplies and equipment and medication to existing clinics and health posts. Number 11, to promote, cultivate, maintain, and retain the cultural heritage and common values of our target beneficiaries. Number 12, to create a conducive atmosphere for the promotion of peace, love, progress, and harmony. And then 13, to network with other organizations in promoting social justice, love, progress, and harmony. Okay, harmony both at home and abroad. All right, so those are the objectives. And so the leaders right now, they are working within the scope of this document. And I love that. That is pretty good. Let me maintain that. We can post stuff on paper and then we are doing something different. So President Marie Pyne is on course, reaching out to people. I love the picture again. I'll show you how relaxed she is, and making those phone calls. I love this picture. She all relaxed and attentively listening to the other person on the other line, paying attention. And that's why you, as a leader, that's what you do. Listening is one of the important things our leader should have in his or her repertoire. You got to be a good listener if you're a leader. All right. So that's something that Marie Pyne is doing. And I want to say, keep on. We are here to support you. Now, let's go to something else that I want to talk about on Voice of Sinoe tonight. Let me see what I was talking. Some comments came in here. Let me look at some of the comments, and then we'll go to the next thing. Mr. Marimadu said, Madam President, thank you very much for leading a great delegation to meet with the bereaved family of the late Pichu Yonte. All right. Zina said, thank you so kindly for showing up, Mr. Git. All right. What's up, Mr. Git? R.I.P. Pichu. Thanks to President Marie Pyne. Hardworking Madam President Marie Pyne, thanks for all you do. All right, President Pyne, you are doing a very good job, and the entire union is very, very proud of you. All right, Mr. Milton Shigwe, the union is more stronger than before. Okay, that's the Secretary of the Board of Directors over there. All right, so that's some of the comments that come in. So you guys are awesome, and we look forward to working with you all. Okay, let me go to the next thing that I want to talk about here tonight on Voice of Sinoe. All right, so I will take, let me do this. Let me go to Sinoe County for a second here. Let's go to Sinoe County. We got other important things. Also, what I'll do here, let me depopulate so I can talk about other things that I want to talk about. All right, let's do a little bit of Sinoe County here. Let's go to Sinoe. This one I call Rich Nation, Poor People. The awful plight of Sinoeans in the 21st century. All right, Rich Nation, Poor People. It's paradoxical, right? How can a nation be rich, but the people are poor? So, Rich Nation, Poor People. The awful plights of Sinoeans in the 21st century. All right, so I saw this video, right, from Sinoe County. I think from District Number 1. And I thought that was disturbing. I mean, we have all the resources, all the minerals. I mean, we got the beautiful rainforest over there. We got nice beaches. I mean, everything you can think of, Sinoe County is endowed with practically everything. But again, the last time I checked, look at the population of Sinoe County from the 2008 census report. It says here, again, let me bring my local down. I want to show you something here. That's the reason why. So according to the 2008 census, the population of Sinoe County, a number of people 102,391. Okay, the total number of people in Sinoe, according to the census, whether it's correct or not, that's another thing is up for debate. All right, so the 102,391 persons. I mean, majority of the people, at least 99% of the people, are suffering. So then the question becomes, what is going on? Do we have leaders? If so, what are they doing? What are the leaders doing? Because there is a reason why you are given leadership. It is not just for you to bear the title. It is meant for you to change the people. Because I was told, if you're a leader, you come somewhere and things remain the same, then it means you are now a leader. A leader has to rock the boat positively. You know, certain people, they want to maintain the status quo. And so when you're a leader, you have to rock the boat. People will not like it, but do it such that you will improve the condition of the people. Don't rock the boat to make the people life to go backwards, to digress. You know, so the rich nation, poor people, Sinoe County, we have had many leaders, but we don't know what the leaders are doing. And so, but this video, it caught my attention. And so let me share this video with you so you can see how our people are surviving, what they are doing in order to survive, to put food on the table for themselves and their children, to send their children to school. Even though those construction companies that go to the county, the money, I'm quite sure they pay some money. They call it because they got the social development funds, which from the companies and those stuff. All right. The people, those companies will go and extract the resources of our county, but then the plight of the people still the same. Those companies, they will extract the resources, but the roads still the same. I mean, those companies, they will extract the resources of Sinoe County, but no schools for that particular region where they are taking the resources from. I mean, those companies, they will extract the resources, no hospital for the people, no health insurance for the people. And so these guys that are negotiating the deals on behalf of the people, the leaders, are they actually advocating for the people or are they advocating for themselves? Because I've not seen the progress from the representation of the people, the leaders, because all of us cannot be leaders at the same time. So we designate a number of people to be our eyes and our ears and our mouth and whatever. And so when we send those people there, it means that you should negotiate, you should make plans, you should broker deals that will improve the economic and social condition of the people. But it's, I don't know, it's sad in Sinoe County. And that is why we have been advocating for a radical leadership change in Sinoe County. Because if we don't change the leadership structure in Sinoe or the country as a whole, I mean, the powers that be, the guys that are in authority, they and their families will continue to enjoy. And while the people wallow in abject poverty. All right, listen, watch this. I don't see, I'm quite sure, I'm positive, no government official family member will be in a video. No, that job too, no, it's too dirty for them. They can't do it. See how our people are living. See what they are doing in order to survive. Let me share the video with you. You don't want to miss the video. All right, let me share it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, this is Dr. Sinoe, and I report for District 1 Communications Incorporated, D1 Radio 106.9 FM, and I was told that this place is an old job boy where people mined before, and
I mean, see how our people, see what they are doing. We're talking, this is not in the Stone Age, we're talking about 2022. This is 2022, and this is how our people are living inside the country. This is what they have to do in order to survive.
Luckily for citizens of Hokiam, since the mountain entered here, people have been struggling because where they usually hustle, the company removed them. But luckily today,
so they said the company removed the people from where they need to hustle. So they rather give the resources to the foreigners, and then the people suffer. I mean, see how our people are living. See the condition. What is it that the leaders are doing?
They just discover a gold deposit. So as you can see, people are like...
you see, they got all machines over there, right? They're extracting all those things. The people use the machine to get the resources, but our people, they are doing manual labor. That's what they do. They got to go deep in a mud in order to survive. This is a failure of leadership. I mean, this should not be happening in 2022. All right? This should not be happening.
Gearing up on the gold line, people are hoarding gravel, concessions of men, women, children. They all land here today to hustle. Okay, but let me get in tight interview with. Okay. So what will be your name first? Yes, but you based here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so just tell me a little bit about how many years or months now you've been in Hokiam.
2 years. No work.
So yeah, no work now. I've been money.
No work. So children are supposed to be in school. They are in the mud. They have to look for gold. They got to get gold manually. I mean, again, do we have leaders, or they just bear the titles and that's it? I thought the leaders are supposed to seek the interests of the people, but I mean, in the case of Liberia, apparently not. This is not 1984. This is not 1940. This is not 1960. It's 2021. Our people are living like this. But we say we got leaders. We got people that representing us are in the country, in government. So we got people there. Listen.
And all that stuff.
Let me forward it and show you something.
Wow. And we see children, women, men. Man, we must speaking to the team. Hello? Oh, Hokiam. Over 7, 8, 9 years where they operate on the Nablama Mount, but due to government agreement with Pyne, they were forced to leave the mount. Yeah.
Look at a little girl. She's supposed to be in school, but she's over there on the gold mine.
The mountain call for machine to put that here, which of course this place is not part of that. So from the video, you will know that this is appalling to most citizens, and
yeah, it is appalling. It is appalling. It just
all happy. Okay. So we still getting more updates. Hey.
And these are the people that are extracting the minerals from the country, Foreign companies, they come and extract the resources. Some of them hardly speak. They don't even speak English, but they come. Our government officials, they will make these, ridiculous deals, and then the people will get their envelopes. And you know what? The people see where the people are extracting the gold, those minerals from. See the condition of the place. They don't even build 1 tent in the first place. They don't care for school, no hospital, nothing. The roads are messed up, but they're extracting the resources. So what kind of deal the people can be signing with the company?
So, how the machine reach?
Machine today, you guys are coming help. Tomorrow morning coming, everybody people.
They play a concession area.
Everybody people tomorrow coming. He's simply channel.
So for a beer man,
Yeah. 25 meter clean, 25 meter clean.
tomorrow, the citizens to at least squad here for a piece of time. Because if you leave, you drive these people tomorrow again.
Yeah, that's the life of people. There's a total failure of leadership. You know, the leaders, I don't know whether they're seeking the interests of the people. If you ask me, I would say no. All right. So the deals, imagine the people are taking billions worth of resources from our soil. All right. But nothing for the people. And so the people got to go there and do manual labor. When I was picking back in the day, the same thing our people used to do. They're still doing the same thing. But we say we got leaders. No, we don't have leaders. Because if we have leaders, our people should not be living like this. No. That's not how our people should live. Those people you see over there, you will not see a government official child in that crowd. No. The family member will not even be there. No, they are not. Because they are doing good. Some of them, they are out of the country, but the poor people, the people, when during election time, they will go and vote for these people, they will campaign. But after the election, that are fake there, that's what they are getting back. And so you have a rich nation, but the people are poor. And that's a failure of governance. It's a failure of leadership. Nothing else you can attribute that to. Because if you have good leaders, they will say, we want this to be done for our people first before you can take X, Y, Z. But they don't do that. I'm quite sure. Or the people make promises to them and they don't fulfill the promises. And they look at the people to extract those resources. And the people are suffering. No school, no hospitals, no jobs opportunity for the people, nothing. The people doing their own thing. And so this is why it's very important when the people of Sinoe County, when you are going to the ballot box 2023, if you want to remain in the mud, now of course you can elect those people that will make deals for the money to go in their pockets. But if you want to leave the mud, in a mud, I see some presidents, I see some engineers, I see some scientists, software engineers, different people over there, young children, but they are wasted. They are there in the mud. That's their future right there. They got to go and help their parents in order to get food on the table. Failure of leadership. And we got to do something. Something got to be done. It's time for our country. Right now, I'm not talking about the entire country, but the condition of our people is awful in the 21st century, and they are living like that. They are suffering. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. And we call on the leaders, on all the leaders of Sinoe County, from the lawmakers to the local authorities. It is about time that we try to do something for our people. When the foreign companies want to come in the country, You have to make demands. Those resources, when they extract them, they make billions of dollars out of those things. So don't shortchange your people when you're making those deals. You can't shortchange the people. Make the best deals that will benefit the people. And when the resources are given by those companies, the resources should be used for the intended purpose. And in the first place, a company should not go somewhere and no quota road there. I mean, come on, what kind of deal are you making? How do you construct the roads? The people that got the machines and they are not constructing the roads for the people to do it manually. So when you're negotiating, these things got to be in the plan. They got to be in the negotiation. We want roads for our people. We want electricity. If you can provide those things, okay, then go. But the people, they say, oh, job for medium labor, for little or nothing. They say, oh, the people provide some jobs for our people. And when you go look at the pay the people are giving our people, it's slave wages they're giving our people. And so the labor law in the country, where the people are is a hazard. That is a hazard, and human beings should not be in that place. I don't know why they got labor law in the country. You can just go anywhere, and they allow the citizens to be in that place. That's your country for you. All right, let me go to the next thing that I want to talk about here, Voices Sinoe. Voices Sinoe in the diaspora. Like that transition to what I call futuristic analysis of USAA's impact in Sinoe. All right. You know, a leader must be a visionary. You should see the future in picture. Okay. You got to envision the future, how you want tomorrow to be. All right. So it's a vision. So the way you see the future, you pull it in your mind, you build that, you carry that in your mind every day. So futuristically, the United Support Association, beginning with the administration of President Francess Clarke Myers, I mean, we have some good leaders in the past, but I mean, as other leaders come, they will ruin the good job of the other leader before him, and that way you don't make progress. So when somebody comes and did a good job, and then the next person comes and ruin the whole thing, then you are digressing. You have to make progress. You have to progress and not to digress. All right. So what we are looking at right now, the trend that we are on, the union is on now under the Myers administration, the trend we are on right now. If we maintain that trend, you see our people, they are enamored, they are attracted to quick things. So like back home, the politicians to do what they call quick impact projects. And that's what they do. So when they want position, they will build some kind of palava hall and people, hey, developmental XYZ. They call it so. But the futuristic plan, or what the way things are looking right now, the way we are looking at it inside of county, if we maintain what President Myers is doing, for example, she has earmarked, for example, that's what they call long-term planning. Okay, we have done the quick impact stuff, and the quick impact, these quick impact projects, they have not changed the lives of our people, and so it's time for us to deliberately plan. It's time to plan for us. Let's plan for our people. Let's get to the drawing board. How can we make a meaningful impact back home? It's about building palava huts or nurses' quarters or guest houses. Is that how we make a genuine and meaningful impact? If you ask me, I would say no. The best way to make an impact, in my mind, is the route that President Myers is going right now. The first thing, every country, every group of people, you should be able to, if you, especially when you say you are independent, you should be able to, one, feed yourself. Okay? That's the number one thing when you are independent. When you call yourself independent country or group of people, and other people are feeding you, you are dependent. You are not independent. So when you are independent, you should be able to feed yourself. You should be able to provide medical care for your people. You should be able to do that. Healthcare. That's the obligation of the leaders. The government and independent nations should be able to provide those things, healthcare for the citizens. Okay? You should be able to send your people to school, an independent nation. You should be able to do those things. Those three major things, they are major. There are other things, but once you get education going, because when you get educated people, so education is a big umbrella for a lot of things. So when you have honor education, when you educate people, you will have scientists, right? You will have engineers, civil or otherwise, or mechanical. So the civil, they'll be able to build the roads and those things, okay? You'll have technicians of different sorts. It's all those things that come from education, okay? When you talk about food production, it is also on education, all right? So agriculture, you understand the soil texture, you understand when to plant, when certain crops, the kind of chemical you're supposed to use. It comes from education, okay? So you have to do the three major things: feed your people or yourself, provide healthcare, and educate your people. And so, futuristically, the way I'm looking at things, the track that President Myers is on, if we maintain that path, if President Myers, for example, right now, she's the president, when she successfully get 50 students educated, and then a second term, she get another 50, that's 100 right there, or the number might increase. Let me see, there's a call here. I don't know whether somebody wants to participate. Let me see. Let me do something here quickly. I'm so sorry, guys. Somebody calling me there. All right, so I was talking about I'm doing futuristic analysis, right? So right now, like I was saying, when the president is successful, which she will be, if she gets the first 50 students, be it elementary or junior high education or college, the idea is we are building the people. All right, it's not immediate. You don't see change in a nation radically. It's a process, okay? Especially when you want to make lasting and durable change. All right. So the president giving 50 students right now and said next, because the resources for the way things are going right now, the union is now coming back in full swing again, right? So what that means is we'll be generating a lot of resources, all right? And so when you get a lot of resources, what that means also is, say, the number of students that will be awarded scholarship will increase radically. Because right now, the 50 is, she said the president selected the 50 based on our purse right now, okay? So she selected that. So now, if just the inauguration the other day, we raised nearly $50,000, right? The upcoming convention, it will be more than that. It will be closer to $100,000. Okay, so that means we are getting somewhere. So she gives 50, and maybe next turn she gave another 100. And then another person comes. And the president is also talking about getting some medical supplies over there. So we get some X-ray machine, we get MRI machines and those things over there to put in our hospitals inside our county. few years, or maybe 10 to 15 years from now, you see Sinoe County will be a different county. And so these are the kind of things, these are the kind of futuristic plans that the president is making. And not just looking at quick impact. I mean, the USAA, we did a great job. We constructed 3 buildings already in Sinoe County, the nurses' quarters and the guest houses and stuff like that. But look, I just showed you the video. The people they are on the go cam and in the mud and trying to survive. They are not using the nursing quarters that we built. It is just there to decorate the land. So imagine the money we use to build 3 nurses' quarters. If we build a school, that school will be busy because children will be learning in it. Will be a facility that will be used. All right. But the nurses' quarters and those things, hey, we decorated the land. That's beautiful. But what those things, how are they improving the condition of the people? And so the president is saying, let's switch that. I mean, it's fun to build the nurses' quarters and the guest houses, build houses for guests and for nurses. But first, let's get the nurses first. Let's educate the people first. All right? Because when somebody's educated in the first place, you don't have to build nurses' quarter for them. They can afford to do that, you know. And when somebody's educated, they can afford to get a shelter. They don't need guest house. Okay? And so so futuristically speaking, the union, if we maintain, and I know we maintain this course, we maintain the trajectory that we are on is positive. Let's continue the various chapters, continue to do the wonderful job, engage the members. If something comes up, let's try to address it amicably and do stuff like that, like President Pyne and the other people are doing. Let's maintain that. That's how, because people like to be in a comfortable place. Nobody wants to be in a hostile environment where people are fighting and cussing each other out. And then when they spend their resources, they don't see how the resources know proper accountability. So when you have an environment where there is accountability, where there is respect, where people view are respected, you know, those things people will be happy to come. And that's where the union is headed right now. People are waiting because the respect has been returned. Nobody will call you up when you're talking, you know, those things. So guys, I just want to do I want to encourage all of us. Let me maintain the course. It is very important. Those of us that are in the U.S., I mean, relatively speaking, we are doing okay. Our children, they got the government schools here, very good schools. We don't pay nothing. Unless you want to send your child or children to private school, then you pay, but the government provides pretty much everything. They give you transportation to take the children to school, and they feed them in school and those things. And so since we at least will have this sort of privileges over here, let us leave the consistent and the power. I mean, it can help. It hasn't helped and will not help. We tried, right? 14 years. And the people destroy the whole country. And so we are in the U.S. and other people still, they want to make power, they want to fight, they want to cause mancos. I mean, what sort of environment are you creating? Are you inviting people to come aboard when people are being insulted? No, nobody wants to be in that environment. And so I like the fact that we have level-headed leaders now. They are making sure people resources will be properly accounted for. Once we do this, I guarantee you, once we maintain this, people will be comfortable to come on board. The more people you get on board, the more resources you get on board. And we already have good people with good heart, with good mind, transparent people. The resources will be accounted for. Once the people get our resources, you account for it, you show what you are doing with it, they will be willing again. Once you call them, they will be willing to come back to invest. And guess what? You see how the universities in America, or the very university, you know how they are being sustained? The student will go there, right? The teachers, they will teach there. When the people graduate, they will become ministers, they will become business owners, different capacities, right? They will be lawyers. And guess what? They start giving back. So they call it endowment. So when you say university endowment, that the money, those alumni, those students that attended those schools, they give back to those schools. And you see these schools, and they're expanding, they got the rich schools. So Harvard University, the University of Pennsylvania, the very university, Temple, that's what they do. Their alumni, those students that graduated, they give back. So let us invest in our children. When they get up there, I guarantee you they will reciprocate. They will give back to the community. They will give back to the organization that supported them. I mean, we shouldn't be pessimistic all the time. Oh, all of them, they will tell you, no, it's not true. So let's invest in our community, and in a not too distant future, we will see a radical change. The more educated people you get, the more respect you get, the more, let's just say, they share when it comes to decision making, you'll be at the table. If you have more nurses' quarters and guest houses and less educated people or no educated people, when they are making national decisions, they don't count on you. They count on people with the brain power. Okay? And I reference countries like Israel, those little countries. Why America respect them? It's the brain power. And so that's what President Myers is doing now. We should be able to feed ourselves. We got a fertile land over there. You drop palm butter, like you say, pawpaw seed, or like you say, avocado seed, drop it anywhere, rice, green or rice, it will start growing. Because the soil is already pregnant with fertilizer, natural fertilizer. So all we have to do is go back to dirty our hands. You know, that dirty our hands. Not to go in that mud though, and looking for gold. All right? We shouldn't look for gold. Let make the land to work for us by doing that which we have to do. Once we make the land to work for us, it will be glorious in Sinoe County. And so futuristically, we are on the right path, given what I'm looking at right now in the union. The leaders, we got good people. When the administration fails, then the type of people are doomed, or Sinoe County is doomed. But I'm sure, no, this administration will not fail. The president now, she believes in training other people, empower other people. And so right now, she is reaching out to experts. We'll be having leadership workshop, those things. Those are the things that she's thinking about, because she will not be there forever. Any leader that wants to stay in power forever, there's a problem. If you are a leader and you travel and you are worrying how things are going back home, you are now a leader. When you are a leader, you should be able to empower people, because the job of a leader is to replicate yourself. Okay? A good leader. As a matter of fact, train people to be more than you. I don't want to be biblical here. But when Jesus had his 12 disciples, he came to a point where he said, you know, it will be right for me to go away. Because when I'm here, you will not obtain your maximum potential. You will not reach your maximum potential. So it will be good for you that I leave. That leadership right there. So when he left, the 12 guys, Jesus was a leader that I can give him. Muhammad was a leader. I will give it to him. Buddha was a leader. You see, when you die and whatever you establish, it collapses, you are now a leader. You have to build people to maintain your vision. So people like Socrates, they were leaders. Socrates, Plato, because we had democracy, those are the ideas. The guy Socrates gave it to his students, and the students, they imparted the ideas to others, and it's still around. That's leadership. When you die as a leader and there is chaos, it's a failure on your part. But when you die as a leader, or when you leave, when you relax, you say, I did my part. I left somebody in charge. I train people that I trust. And that's why when you are in power as a leader, have a mentor or mentors, or mentee actually. Have mentees, have people that you are mentoring. Because mentorship is critical to leadership. Yes. Your goal as a leader is to every day find a way to replace yourself, to make yourself irrelevant. That's what a good leader does. So if you're a leader, make sure, take your mentees, whatever contact you get, introduce your mentees to those important contacts you get. Carry them to conferences. Carry them around, expose them to other people, to other things, to ideas, to books that you read. That's what they call mentorship. But people are afraid, oh, I teach that mentality, you will be more powerful than me. And so they want to be there forever. That's not leadership. And so that's why President Myers is offering right now. And that's why even when you're a chapter leader here, first thing you should say, I'm leaving. Let another person come. And the people say, no. Let's give her another term, then another person will be properly prepared. And so by the time by the time she got to the national level, President, who is the president now for the chapter, Mr. Mason Toba, you are fully prepared. And see, so the transition is smooth. Mr. Toba is up to the task. He running the chapter smoothly. Few days from now will be election in the chapter. So mentorship, mentoring people as a leader is very important. All right. So I'm sanguine, I'm optimistic. The trend that we are on will continue for 10 to 15 years from now. You will see people will be referencing Sinoe County. They will be pointing at us and say, those people did something right. They empower their people. And so at the national level, you will not have one or two persons. When you get more people, you will not be dependent on just Mafi Zaza or Romeo Kuya and you count your 5 fingers. No. We shouldn't be able to find our fingers. Educated people should be all over the place. Let the people seek. Let it come after us. That's how you get the power. And I have not building necessary quarters and dancing. No, that's not what we need at this point. And so, God, I just want to tell you a little bit the way we are looking at things right now. You see, Americans and I, when they're talking about it, say 2050, right? It's futuristic. If you're a leader, you got a plan. You got a short-term plan, medium term, and they got a long-term plan. All right? That's leadership. If you don't plan as a leader, you are doomed to fail. You are setting yourself up for failure. So planning is critical to success. And that's why we are on right now. And so people will be celebrating next quarter. What is the next plan? No, we built that. Congratulations to the union. But for me, I like the educational. Again, it will be frustrating. People will say, oh, what have they done? But sooner rather than later, you'll be counting on those people. Trust me. You have another Mavi Zaza. You will have another Romeo Kuya. You will have another Dr. Clark. You will have another Ojuku Nyepa. You will have a bunch of people all over the place. We don't have to suffer. The people will get back to the community. All right? Like the students, the former students, the alumni of various universities and schools, they are giving back to their alma mater, their old schools, they are giving back. That's how we should look at things now. All right, let's go to the next thing that I want to talk about tonight on Voice of Sinoe here. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about here, I call this what we ought to do. What we ought to do. Let me check something here quick. I heard some weird sound over there, so my sound is not interrupted. Let me check something here quick. Okay, my sound is good. All right, so what we ought to do. School building in Sinoe, okay? There's a key word over there, ought. O-U-G-S-T is an important word. So when you ought to do something, it requires an obligation on your part. It is when you ought to do something, you must do it. It is obligatory. It is imperative that you do. It's your duty It's a moral, if you like, it's a normative word. You know, what should be the norm? What should be, how should we govern ourselves? So you ought to do certain things as a citizen. As a citizen of a country, you ought to pay your taxes. It's no choice. You don't have, you can't say, oh, sometimes I will pay my tax, sometimes I will not pay my tax. No, you have to pay your tax. So you ought to do it. It's your duty that you pay your tax. I will also say, every good citizen, you ought to be patriotic, to love your country. Okay? So what we ought to do, when I say we, I'm speaking in the context of USAA, what we ought to do for Sinoe County, what we ought to do for Liberia, what we ought to do for Africa. Okay? I think we are not doing as an organization, again, I'm speaking from the perspective of the USAA. What we ought to do, now we are getting to that point to doing what we ought to do. Before then, we were doing things that we are not on an obligation to do. They are not obligatory. We are not on an obligation to build Palava Hut, for example. We are not on an obligation to build houses for guests, and our people are sleeping on leaky houses. No. Conversely, we are on an obligation to get our people on the roofs, buildings that are not leaky, to get them on a better structure. We ought to do that. We ought to provide clean drinking and, I would say, water to shower with. We ought to do that. It is our bound duty. Those who are privileged to come to the U.S., the government, we pay the taxes, and the government made it their obligation to provide what you need. Running water, sometimes they prioritize some of those things for cost saving and those things, right? So we as a people, we ought to do certain things. Again, we need hospital. We ought to find, we have hospital already, right? So we ought to put medication in a hospital. A hospital without medication and medical staff is just a building decorating the land. It has no use. So we ought to find medical personnel, or we ought to send our children to school to run those facilities that we are building. We need the necessary machines in those buildings. When people go there when they are sick, so they can have proper medical analysis, so they can do X-ray and MRI and do those various tests. We have to equip. We have access to the resources here. We just that we are not harnessing them. We are not seeking them. They are here. We just have to reach out. Leave our community for a second. Let's go out there. Let us not be afraid of strangers. I mean, xenophobic. We shouldn't be xenophobic. The fear of strangers. No. Let's engage other people. Let's do the research. These various universities are around here. They got a lot of resources that they want to get out, a lot of access, things that they don't need anymore. And I don't want us to get things that people reject. Let's get things that are good, that are brand new. We shouldn't get our people used clothes. I mean, it's just degrading. In as much we can wear used clothes, let us not send used clothes to our people. If we want, I just saying for example. So when you want to do it for the people. All right. So we ought to do certain things. We shouldn't be drinking cold water or good water here, or people drinking dirty water back home. I mean, the idea of putting pump in the middle of the town is old school now. We ought to now start running pipes. In our houses here, we have the water running. We don't have to go outside there to a pump and block up and pump water. No, we don't do that. So it's time for us to think. We ought to do things that we see here. Let's replicate those things back home. We ought to provide electricity for our people. Our people should not be sleeping in the darkness. No. We ought to provide the necessary equipment for the people to produce food for themselves. We shouldn't go buy food from across the bridge or across the river or go to Morovia to buy a bag of rice when you can grow rice yourself. You just have to make the sacrifice. Yes. So let's do those things. We ought to do certain things. Let's build schools for our people. Let's train, let's say, our children to school. Let's provide scholarships. Let's produce scholars. I mean, the reason I brought this here, I said school in Sinoe is this right here. I mean, this is considered a school in Liberia, in my county. This is considered a school. It's in Sinoe County, in one of those towns. I don't know where it came from. But it's been floating on the internet lately. And the Ministry of Education, I don't know what of those various entities are working in Liberia. If this is a school and the Ministry of Education is allowing children to sit on this, that means those people don't care. They don't care for the people, the safety of the people. They don't care. If this falls under the Ministry of Education in Liberia, a human being is sitting on this thing, there's something fundamentally wrong with our leaders. Something is wrong. As a leader, I mean, you're given a set of responsibilities. Say, for example, your Ministry of Education, right? They have the laws and everything in place already, the policies and what to do, what standard of building supposed to reach in order to be considered for people to sit on it. I think they got all those things in place, right? They're supposed to. And so, when you are leader of leading the Ministry of Education, for example, and then you don't know the condition of the schools in the country, something is wrong. You have to visit. Liberia is that big. It's a small country anyway. So when you can make these overseas trips all over the place, and go to New York, and go to Tokyo, and go to all the different countries, you should be able to visit to know the condition of the schools in your country as well. It's part of your job responsibility. So this thing inside the county is considered school. This is school inside the county. And so now, that's we cannot devolve all the responsibilities to the government. I'm not saying the government is not responsible, but we too as citizens, especially those of us in the diaspora who have access to resources. Let's say the 3 nested quarters we built. If we are built a school in this town, for example, where the thinking from the children will not be sitting down on this thing, it's a hazard. Yes. This is the threat, it's a threat to the survival of our people. So we as a people of Sinoe County, we ought to do certain things. We shouldn't have school like this in Sinoe County in the 21st century. In 2022, we shouldn't have the kind of school like this in our county. No. We shouldn't have it. We shouldn't be dancing where our children are sitting down on something like this. No, we shouldn't be dancing. We shouldn't be dancing. I wish this structure was like this, was in the condition, the school, the nested quarter that we built. I wish that's how the school building was, or this would have been the school building. I'll be elected. I'll be happy. But no, the future of our country, the building is sitting right there, nobody inside. But the future of our country, they are poor in danger. Okay? They are sitting down on this thing. And so we ought to do things that are important, that will prolong the longevity of our people. When something happening on that building right now, the school building for now, but the thing already is bad already. It's a trap for the people. It's a trap. So what we ought to do is we should do those things that will add value to the population. Let us forget about quick impact projects. We are not in a hurry here. The people have done the hurry thing before, and the hurry thing, and they could afford that. Yeah, we did a hurry thing. Even one of the necessary quarter I was showing inside, the thing is broken down already because it was done expeditiously because we want to go there to dance. It's about dancing. It's about taking our time, build something, have a plan, and get a plan in place. How to maintain that thing? You can't build something you don't have maintenance a plan in place. No. So that's why it's important to first build the human capacity before you build structure. Because those structures will be maintained by humans. If you build a structure and no humans, the human capacity to maintain that, you are setting yourself up for failure. Sooner rather than later, you'll be building another one again. Because maintenance is very important. And so people in Sinoe County, let us do those things that will make people to respect us. When they point at you and they say, oh, that person from Sinoe, they say, yes, I got respect for those people there. And not because they're building necessary quarters or palava huts. It's because they'll say, those people, they are feeding the whole of Liberia. They are the bread basket of Sinoe County or Liberia. They are the bread basket of Africa or the global community at large. When they point at Sinoe County, they see Sinoe County has the best doctors. They have the best surgeons. Those things that God is supposed to be, they got to point to you for. Sinoe County has the best philosophers, the best thinkers. They got the best engineers, the best scientists. The people are going to space, they are building different space machines. That's what I'm talking about. We shouldn't limit ourselves here and say, oh, you know what? We don't have the sophistication. Guess what? We, the human being, we are built with practically everything. Or like the computer I'm saying before, I blind to certain things on the computer. All right. But we are built with the capacity to do certain things. All we have to do is first believe in yourself that you can do it. Don't lower yourself. Now say, oh, the sky is the limit. No, nowadays the sky is not even the limit. The scientists now, they play NAFO. They play NAFO now on the moon. In space, they play NAFO. So the sky is not the limit anymore. So we can't say our bar too low. We can't say it low. You know what? Let people have our hearts. Now, why the people? No, the people don't need that. We can lobby to get machines over there to build state-of-the-art roads, to get money, if we don't have the people right now, we don't have that, as a matter of fact. Urban planning or rural planning, people with the knowledge to plan our towns and cities properly, we can't just build anywhere. The thing got to be planned. And that's what I'm talking about, planning here. Planning is vital. If you just do everything around on it, it's chaos. So things got to be planned. And so we ought to do those things that will make us relevant, that will make people to point at us and say, you know what, we want to replicate. We want to repeat. We want to mimic the example of the Sinoeans. Because we are doing noble things. We are doing great things. When people are stuck, let it call Sinoe County people and say, you're sent for some. Just the same way we can send for doctors from Cuba. They can't rescue us. Let the people call us too. Let it get us too. Let me see, there's a call coming in. Hey, Mr. Morris.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm on the show. You want to participate?
So what right now? You saw the list I sent to you, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. So after what? We can talk tomorrow.
Okay, all right. So guys, I just want to get our brain going here. We are great people and we can do great things. You know what the people say? Ordinary people can do extraordinary thing. So an ordinary man can become extraordinary. All right. So let us not limit ourselves, and so, oh, I'm an ordinary man. Yes, you can upgrade yourself to an extraordinary man through your thinking. The first thing is thinking. It starts from the mind. And that's what the French philosopher René Descartes said, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I exist. Let's use the mind, people. Let's think. The mind is the standard of a man. And when I use the word man, I'm usually in the context of humor, because the word man as used in the Bible is not for gender. So when it say in the beginning God created man, it means that God created human, and in a human, man has male and female, just the other animals, right? And we go to the birds, they got a male and a female. So when they use the word man, they're talking about the whole class of animal. Okay, that umbrella term, like human. So if you see man in the Bible, anytime you see the word man, put the word human in it. Human got male and female. Okay, and so let us get to work. Let us use our mind. Let us think big. Let us think great. Let us do something to help our people. Our people should not be in the mart. They're looking for gold in order to survive, because the leaders are shortchanging them. We too in the diaspora should shortchange the people. A child, a mother over there, or parent over there right now, their child is sick. They can't go to the next quarter. No. The JL Green Hospital over there, the people were on strike the other day. If we get our acts together, we don't have to depend on government. We can pay the doctors and nurses handsomely, and they will take care of people. We'll put a system in place where people will be held accountable for what they do. Once you have those things, the country will start running. It start running. But it starts with each of us. Yes, we should blame the government, but we should also hold ourselves accountable. Yes, we got to do something for our people too. And not Docaflare. And not rejected shoes and slippers and carry to our people. No. Why you just got to get used material to our people then? No. Let empower them. Me, that's what I want to do. Give them the knowledge. If you get the knowledge and you don't apply the knowledge, then you're on your own now. Because knowledge in the head of a man that is not applied, you like a living computer. You're just living, but you're not using the knowledge in your head. And so that empower our people. Let us build schools, quality schools inside our county. Let us think big. Let us have university inside. We have community college right now, I understand, but the community college is in, I think they're using one of those buildings, Sinoe, Multilateral, I think high school, or one of those schools over there. That's how you make yourself attractive. Get those things that you need for people to respect you. So when you talk about Pennsylvania, for example, right? They got the University of Pennsylvania here. It's an Ivy League school, one of the top schools in the country. So if you're looking for good schools, if you want to send your child to a good school, you're thinking of Pennsylvania. So let us do things that will make our counties and our country attractive to others. We shouldn't go to the one university of Liberia. Let us not just focus on our one thing. Let the people say, you know what? Let me go to Tubman University in Maryland. Let me go to another university in Grand Gide, or in Lofa, or in Grand Bassa. That's what we're supposed to do. And that's why leadership comes in, though. This thing cannot be done in a vacuum. It comes with deliberate leadership. People that are convicted that, you know what, this must be done. But right now, the people, a lot of people, a lot of leaders who are over there, they call them leaders, they are not leaders. They are self-serving, aggrandizing leaders. They want to see their self-interest. A lot of them will get over there. No, I mean, I know what we call leader in La Grosse. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. With the right leadership, that country will wake up some money. And a lot of the time, one of the mistakes we make is we tend to look to other people for leadership when we ourselves can be one. So now you jump over yourself and say, oh, Alexander Comey will free me. Joseph Boyka. What about you? You don't have two hands. You don't have two eyes. You don't have a brain. And that's the same thing that you get that another person has. So why are you discounting yourself? Why not count yourself in? And that's what I said, the liberation of Sinoe County will come for Dr. Yopo there. Dr. Yopo there. The liberation of Sinoe County, it starts from me. We'll do that which is right for our people. And doing the right thing starts with accountability, holding each other accountable. Yes, especially when you are a leader, people give you the resources, okay? So when people give you the resources, it means that they trust you. And so you have to be accountable to them. When you spend 1 cent, you tell them, this is what I spend it for. This is why I use it on. Let them see something that you're doing with that money. You got to get reports. When they want to have access to it, it should not be your struggle. It should be readily available when the people need it. That we have right now in the USA. Any document you want right now, just call me. At least from my office, you will get it. If you want a financial document right now, just call Ethnic Black or you call Ernest Farley. You'll get all your reports. Okay? We want the membership list right now, just call the membership committee chairman, Mr. Maya Mondu. He will give you the listing. People are working. And that's what we want. If I'm wrong, you hold me accountable. If Mr. Mondu is wrong, you hold Mr. Mondu accountable. When Francess Clarke Myers is wrong, let her hold accountable. And I say, oh, because I'm the president. Oh, let her not leave Mr. Dr. Farlington because he's the chairman of the board and he get PhD. No. We hold each other accountable. You tell us what you're doing with our resources. That's how you build a good society. And that's what the people do in this country. We are right here. We are living it in America. The people, they are not matching. It's not voodoo they are doing here. It's accountability. They are corruption in America. Yes. But guess what? When you are caught, and that's not because you are big man, so you will let you go. No. You will face the full weight of the law. Yes. So if you say corruption, you won't get history. Just ask people that Jimmy Carter there. All right. Ask them. You heard about the Watergate scandal here? They're talking for out of power. Yeah, the men that were acting almighty and strong, Donald Trump, he incited the people, and they're talking to court. The law is working. The law is generated in so that let you go. But he said because you be man, so you will go. You go to Blagojevich, the governor for Illinois, but then when Obama was there, when he won the presidency, you were trying to do something on a crocodile deal, like Brother Mayor would say. Some money they took that brother from there. They sent him to jail. That Trump pardoned the man. Okay. He used a presidential clemency. So that's what we call accountability. Hold each other accountable. We shouldn't be worshiping people and say, oh, this man who they're honorable. How you call somebody honorable and the person is corrupt? And you call it, is that honorable for corruption? So let us call things by their names. When Dr. Yopo deserves respect, you give it to him. And respect is not something that you just get. You have to earn it. It's a key word to earn. That means you work for it. You don't steal it. You can't become honorable by taking people's money. Your people are in a mart. They're looking for gold. But then they're calling you honorable. And you're happy. You are taking that title. And that's why I let when somebody call me sir and honorable, I let them call me say, you put it enough. Yeah. Mr. Freeman. No, I don't even want Mr. Call me Doc. Say you put it. Or if you want, just say say you put it. I'm good. And so all the titles. If you're a good leader, you don't need all the title. You say doctor. I'm like, what? Are you reading? Are you reading? When you look at good leaders across history, you will see them. Good leaders. They don't need all the fancy titles. Our brother from West Africa, they call him Nelson Mandela. Other people just call him Mandela. Even though the man are a counselor or a lawyer, they say counselor, president, Nelson. So I say, just say Nelson Mandela. When you're a great man, you don't need all those titles. When they call your name straight, you know that you're a great man. There are men, Dr. King. The other time, some people will say Dr. King, but some people will say MLK. MLK, that's it. Simple. Kwame Nkrumah. Other people just say. So they don't put on, even though the man's a philosopher, doctor, the man's a doctor of philosophy, Kwame Nkrumah, those guys. Great leader, Thomas Sankara, this is Sankara, that one name. And those of you that are religious people, you're great men. They don't care. They don't say Messiah, honorable bishop, the son of God, and so on. The people can do that, but it's just say Jesus, right? So the greater you are, the smaller your titles, the smaller the titles you need. You don't need more titles. Once you are a great man, you are a good leader. People that need plenty of titles, they are not doing nothing. The titles then, the titles embody them. They gave them false ego. The false, and they say, oh, that great man. No, you are not great by titles. You are great by what you do. Yes. We don't call Joe we are soccer legend because he got plenty of titles. Because he worked on the soccer field. And he put in the time. And he became the world best. When he became president now, they call him Doctor. They got to call out. All that thing they doing now, you fail already. When they start calling you all the title there, you're not doing anything. No. The more you do, the less titles you need. Take it from me. And that's why I'll tell you, so you're coming just at your position, not for me. I'm great. All our people, Mr. President, some people, you don't call them president, a vest. Dude, you were not born as a president. It's a title that the people give you. So why you got to be worried about it? You know? But you're ready, I say, they all get, I said, I said, yeah. And mommy will say, no, don't call it. I said, mommy, that's fine. That's my name. You're leader, Mr. Honorable, and we don't do nothing. All right, guys. So let's do, if you want me to call you honorable, the 102,391 human beings inside the county, according to the 2008 census, I don't want to see your child going to bed hungry. I don't want to see somebody looking for a mosquito net or they're looking for a mosquito coil. No. In America, you see those things? You empower the people, they will innovate. So I can go to the store right now and buy what they call mosquito repellent, right? I spray that thing, red Jenna, and mosquito can't come closer to me. It's education. The people are thinking, they empower the people. You see? That's what education does. They open the play us. They play, the government play expert. Build the roads. Get the people educated. Once you do that, the people will establish business. They will get their own firms. They start hiring people. But to open a business in your own country, that war. You can't continue over there, that war at the airport or at the free port, they will send you to the bureaucracy is crazy. Even to do a COVID, when I went there, they were there on the war, the country. Just to do a COVID test. I think when I went right to urgent care, it was less than 20 minutes. They put all that thing and put it in my nose and say, wait, the car will call you. And they call me. Go do that thing in Liberia. And then when the country is not going, you have to facilitate. Things got to be speed up. You got to speed up things. Otherwise, you'll be at the same place. Because the other people, they are not waiting for you. The other countries, they are making things, what they call efficiency. You know, so when you establish the ridiculous bureaucracy, you got to go to the John the Baptist, then you go to Mary, then you go to Jacob, then you go to Abraham. Come on. Other people are making progress. All right. So that COVID thing in Liberia, to go over here, you go to the other person, then you go, they will take the receipt, carry the receipt over there, then you go to the other one. I say, wow, just to do the one thing and put it in your nose. Now, why you got to go through the whole play is just corrupt. Yes. And it's the mind. It's the mind. The people normalize the absurd. They normalize that which is abnormal in Liberia. That's what we do. And someone also, we are here, we're doing the same thing, we carry the same thing. They'll build palava huts, then we're dancing. Now, what do people need? Developmental man. The best development that a country needs, that a society needs, is education, be it formal or informal, be it technical or non-technical. That's what you need. You don't have to go necessarily go do PhD. You can go get a certificate program somewhere. You can go do a 2 years program somewhere. The idea is you are doing something. Even in America, you order a big degree, then just go do some kind of 2-year computer engineering, so you make money, then somebody will get a PhD. You know, so they create an environment for the people. But to even enter the university or library is a war. You end up bribing. You bribe the other one before you even get admitted in the school. Nothing goes smoothly in the country, but one thing to work fine. No, things don't work that down. It's not magic. People that are doing it, they're not magic they're making. So, ladies and gentlemen, we ought to do what we ought to do in order to improve the lives of our people. And that means let us focus on the human component. Let us make sure we be able to produce food. We shouldn't go buy back or rest from Morovia when we get it with the land over there. The land just waiting for us to put a seed in the soil. All right. The cassava we can get. Everything can be generated over there. We just have to just go to where a little bit. They got the chemicals to deter the animals. Everything available. We just need the manpower and the people, the willingness of the people. We got to harness the people that are waiting, as a matter of fact. But it's the country, the leaders don't want to open the country up. Decentralize the development in the country, specifically focus on the construction and the roads. Liberian people are hard working. Some people want to hear people say Liberian people lazy. I just look at the people and I say, just stop that. The people, when I went there the other day, see the video I was just showing you, little children in the mud, that lazy people ain't looking at. No. Hard-working people. But the people don't want to open the place up for the people because they want the people to look up to them. The bare minimum for that country to be going, that you get a country going, basic thing that you need in that country. The number one thing, get a roads. Let somebody can drive from Vanjima to Morovia 1-2 hours, from Maryland to Sinoe, from Sinoe to you connect all those little town, villages, they call counties, cities in that place. Connect that thing. How long are you going to? 1847? And you can't connect Niba and Granji there? Something is wrong. And then when I talk to some of the leaders, they'll be like, the war destroyed the country, and they blame Ebola. That Ebola caused the other one. All they do is play blame game. But when it comes to their horses, then no Ebola, or they can build a mansion in no time. But to do what is essential to get the country going, the roads, number one, get power running. You can't run an economy without electricity. You can't run any country. So when you see a country, the international airport, the light going up, I was watching the leaders today. They had a press conference. And they're talking about, the Minister of Finance was talking about, that thing been like that, and I'm something new. Okay. We are not telling you how has it been. You are in charge right now. So the onus is on you to fix that. You shouldn't say that how it has been. And so it should remain like that. We should be passionate. No. A leader should not leave or should not meet things. You can't come on the scene and you meet things and you leave it as they are. You got to make a mark. A pronounced change. Do something that people say, I got this, something about that thing. And one thing I noticed too in Labrador, the leaders are reactive. All right? They are not proactive. You have to make sure you be ahead of your game. So it shouldn't happen before you start finding a way to fix it. You have to be proactive, be in front. Anticipate certain things. Yeah. Well, the man said, once in that sport, by the way, I said they chop the money. Instead of saving that money and for rainy day, they will eat the money. I said, I will listen to the minister. Now we have to reallocate the resources. We got to take the other money from here and put it on the other side. You're running a whole airport and no contingency budget for the airport just in case something happens, nothing on the side. Now, bro, we're joking. We're joking in our country. So that's the country. So, guys, I mean, USA, we're on course. Our people, again, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't want to give you and say, oh, I mean, it's hard to just tell you, say, hold on. But you know, when you are making plans, you know, some other forces can come in the middle, and that's why we are put in place mechanisms to anticipate certain things when they happen. They will not hinder, they will not impede our progress. You know, we'll still be able to go ahead. You know, that's what they call anticipation. You know, so that's what we are doing right now. The leadership is far-sighted Sinoe County. In the next couple of years, you will see a radical change. We will make our impact. Yes, we'll make an impact in Sinoe County. And that's why the young people of Sinoe County, yes, I get frustrated when I see them, they are supporting those corrupt leaders. It pisses me off. I'm like, come on. Do you read? Read the guys that changed the course of history. They're not all people there. They're young people. And so, sending people there, some of you are privileged to go to school. Do what? I mean, the young man did the other day, Sam Walker. Sam Walker did something great. They put a team together and they expose the iniquities of Senator Teche. That's how you liberate. You don't keep quiet. When you're afraid of those guys, because the weapon of a tyrant, of an oppressor, is fear. That the fear they will use, they bully you. They will hector you so that you can't talk. A big man. Who makes the man a big man? It's you. Without you, that man is nobody. So you get a man authority, then you allow a man to bully you. You go there and do what you call it, the Egyptian, the did, or the Tunisian. They put a secret in there and run the man out of power. And then Red Blaise Compaoré out of Burkina Faso. The man who told you all mate, he got moved from there. He came, man, got there, he won't institute tyranny in the country. So the black people, we celebrate the wrong people. And now we are not making progress. You can't be walking, you can give somebody a job, somebody who are broke, and you know, telling the person, you got convoy of vehicles, the man building houses all over the place, and you are celebrating the man. You can't think but where is the man taking the money from? How is it that overnight the man is not rich? You don't ask no questions. And you celebrate the man, honorable man. Yeah, that man, an honorable man. You're singing for the man. No, don't be a spectator. The president, the people should not be spectators in their own economy right now. They are spectators. They are singing all day. When the president come in, they put the red carpet down for the man. And then they are sleeping in darkness, the mosquito chewing them. And the president enjoy air cool 24/7, chilling, flipping China, you know, put his store on the minister, then they chilling, the lawmaker, they chilling in their baby faces, then they just chilling, and the people are hungry. Yes. It's a failure of leadership. And so that's why in the USAA, we are making sure that we spread the wealth. That's what we are doing right now. Spread the wealth of our people to our people. Empower the people. When we leave, they empower the next generation. And that's how you sustain your nation. So, guys, that's what I have for you for the night. I know certain people were anticipating anything from me, but no, you will not get it from me. No. The United Support Association, we are looking in a different direction right now. The community needs leadership, and it has one right now. The various chapters, they need a leadership, and they have leaders right now. And so what we're going to do now is to coordinate, put our heads together. What can we do? What's the best thing that we can do for our people? That's what matters right now. We now cost each other mind and power. We cost each other their parents, and we stay at the same point. And so Einstein told us, The definition of craziness or suckerness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. We not cause my cause and pa cause and auntie cause and nephew cause, and we stay the same. So it's time for us to change code, and we're changing course. We are altering course now. We are focusing on that which we take that little child from the mud. We put some clothes on the back of that little child to get that child in the classroom. When our parents, when they need Tylenol or over-the-counter medication, they will have access to it. They don't have to put their hands on their head and say, where we get it from? Yes. Those are the things we are thinking now. We are thinking big. We are thinking, and people say, outside the box. And you know, the way the great PLO said, we don't know who brought that box. So let us scatter that whole box. Let us break it. Let us burn the box and throw it away. Let think freely. We are free people. Let be free thinkers. Thinking generate ideas. Thinking generates idea. The ideas, practical lives become reality. Okay? The computer before me right now is somebody's idea. It was conceived in the air. And then after the conception of the idea, the person wants to work and build a machine. And so let's do that. Let's think. Everything. If you read, I'm a philosophy man, so if you read the philosopher they call George Berkeley, he's an idealist, So everything is idea. You destroy everything. Everything was given. Everything that you see. As a matter of fact, you say the computer is not real right now. It's an idea. It's an expression of an idea. Anyway, so let's think, so that we can make a difference in Sinoe County. Since 1847, our people are still doing the same thing, and we have to change that. Let us leave quick impact projects. No, it's not time for quick impact project. No, go there and kill cow, go kill goat, and kill sheep, and kill better goat, and kill snakes, and kill clolo, and kill all the other animals. And the condition of the people is still the same. No, it's time to think. Think big. All right, guys, that's how I'm doing it for tonight. I want to say thank you so much. Let me look at some of your comments here, and I will call it a night. Thank you so much. Very interesting topics. Thank you, Ross. Thank you so much. Great move. Thank you, Walker. Franklin Wolo is watching. Mr. President, welcome. Thank you for watching. Congratulations on your new position as the president of the Iowa chapter. Thank you, senior brother, following your show. Have no doubt again. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that's now over there. Mr. Boto City, Reverend City. It's watching. Thank you for watching the show. Madam President, thank you. I think I read that statement earlier. So those are the new comments that I'm seeing so far. All right, that being said, we want to say thank you so much for following VOSD with Esoteric. We're going to be back here again with more developments. Our community bereaved again. Our thoughts are out to the bereaved family. If you believe in God, may the God in whom you believe console you. We, as a community, our thoughts are with you. We all do what we can do to bury our daughter. It's sad that it happened this way. It's a young lady, even though the Bible says 3 score or 10, but she's less than 40. It's just so sad. And so we will be here to commensurate with the family, the bereaved family. We are here to support you. And as a community, as an organization, we'll do what we can do to lay the young lady to rest. May her soul rest in peace. If, and only if, her soul will rest in peace. She left her children behind, her family, all of her dreams left unfulfilled, and those things. All right. So on that note, I want to say have a pleasant night, and I will talk to you again.
Assemblée,
Love is the reason that we live. Thank you guys for following us. We really, really appreciate all of you. Thank you, and we will talk again. Have a wonderful night.